Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am Artsume Shae, if you didn't know already, and today is the celebration of my website launch. Yes, I have officially made my website. It is artsumeshae.com, so Artsume Shae, the website, and I'm just so excited to really talk about just the ins and outs of how I went about making my website, some of the goals and ambitions that I have when it comes down to the website and what I want it to be for myself, and yeah, just like kind of celebrate the coolness of having a website in general, because I will also say that, you know, to kind of say, oh yeah, I have a website, that's like a big deal. You know, websites, they are, you know, big and small, but of course to say that you have one is a really big accomplishment. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And if you're interested in, you know, following more, I am Artsume Shae. This channel kind of documents my art journey, as well as my, you know, journey and interests in other areas of my life as well. So if that's something that you are interested in, keep watching, like the video, and consider subscribing to, you know, keep up to date with all of that stuff. So yeah, I am here now and I'm ready to talk about my website. All right, so I want to go ahead and say that this is my experience with putting together a website. So what I chose to use to put together a website is just what really came in handy for me at the time. And of course, there's so many different, you know, website engines. There's Squarespace, there's Winx, you know, there's a whole variety of things, and there are also a lot of these that make it way easier to put together a website from scratch. So the engine that I decided to use was WordPress. Now, a lot of people, I think the WordPress kind of has a reputation of being like kind of like a blog space, things like that. But I think from my experience and experience of other people who I've talked to, it's really just a clean slate. It has kind of like the roots in a blog, but at the same note, it's very, very heavily customizable to the point where you can make it into a website, and you can make it into a website for specifically making a webcomic centric website. My main goal was to make sure that I had a very fluid way of putting vertical scrolling images onto my website. Vertical scrolling that is very reminiscent to what you would use with WEBTOON, Tapas, like basically feeling like you have the comic app right there in your hand. My research throughout the years was kind of difficult to find something that exclusively, you know, specialized in a vertical scrolling, but then while also being in a website format. They told me about this theme called, and I think, I'm not gonna lie, to say the name is a little confusing, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Of course, I'll put the image up on the screen. But I use the TwoCheck, I think that's how it's pronounced. TwoCheck is a WordPress theme that is especially designed for webcomics and webtoons in mind. This has been really what pushed me further into deciding how and with what engine I wanted to use to make my website. So of course it is something that you can download for free. Of course it is going to need something that's like more of a premium version. I'll tell you more about like the tiers that I decided to use for my WordPress account, but it is of course mobile friendly, and it's going to give you the same type of flow that you get when you're on one of those vertical scrolling comic platforms. So that is essentially what made me really want to use that and really decide that, oh, my website can be a one-stop hub for my comic. Now, I won't get into the nitty-gritty on how to actually, program and put together the website. I will say one of the things that's funny about website designing is that it's one of those things where you have to keep that knowledge up to date. You can't, just not design or publish a website in 3 years and then be able to kind of pick it up immediately. So I was watching a lot of tutorials, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, I was reaching out to people specifically who I knew who were using it. That way I can gain more knowledge. And it's kind of funny, I've designed portfolios and things before. So as I was learning more about it, certain information was really starting to click more in my mind. Also, WordPress really is very basic when it comes down to your customization. There are things that you can do that are also workarounds, so things like add-ons, plugins, those are elements that you can pop in to make your website more fluid and more of what you want it to be. Obviously, website design is kind of modular, so really it's all about putting the blocks in the order that you need it to be. And it was just a lot of I would do a little bit of editing here, and then I would save it, and then I would look at the public view to see if the changes that I made actually were reflecting on the website, and sometimes they were not. So it was definitely a trial and error, but honestly, I definitely got into the hang of it, and I was able to kind of patch together the website that I wanted it to be. And yeah, like I said, with WordPress, they do a fairly well job of holding your hand through it. If you don't know what a certain area or feature is, especially with the to-check theme, it'll tell you hey, this is the calendar for setting up when your uploads and your chapters are gonna go live. Do you want to put that in there? So another thing I kind of connected to is kind of it's a little bit of a newsletter builder, email newsletter builder type of method. So yeah, it's once again, I reached out to people very little. I mostly relied on YouTube tutorials. To-check does have a playlist on YouTube that does give, some step-by-steps on how to get started with uploading your comic to the website. So that was very, very helpful. But yeah, I, got a domain. I think I upgraded to one of the mid-level tiers. Really, the upgrade from the base membership to something more mid-range has everything to do with what you want the website to be in the future. I wanted to have enough gigabyte storage for my website because, of course, if I'm uploading a lot of episodes of my webcomic, I can only shrink the storage of the images so much to the point where, they may not look very good. So I wanted to have plenty of storage for media, and then also for future reference to include some type of commerce. I also upgraded to allow for those features also. Like I said a second ago, there are plugins and add-ons that kind of help you kind of get a workaround with certain things that you might want to add. Honestly, add-ons and plugins, those are really going to be your way of stretching your experience with building a website into whatever you want it to be. So yes, WordPress, and then the to-check theme for webcomics, webtoons, and manga style uploads is what I used, of course, because that is really what my website is designated to be. Now, how I planned out my website, that's kind of a little different, and I wonder if I might have written in a notebook I actually drew out thumbnails of my layout. If you take in any type of like basic website design, they often, you know, have you map out what the workflow of the website is supposed to be. For example, I have my homepage, and I kind of like used the paper as the website homepage. And I wanted to map out what I wanted my homepage to consist of. So let me just go on here as a visual reference. So I knew that I wanted to have my homepage be where someone can just get started and dive into starting the series. So I have it where you have a brief synopsis of what my story, Space Ultima, is, along with a snappy visual. And then I have added a button that says start from the beginning. And that really allows for people to, you know, just immediately tap. You've done two things. You've gone to the website, and then you tap on that button to start from the beginning. Because what I'm hoping for this website to be is the gateway for new readers to dive into the story. So of course my website will be on things like business cards and social media, posters and promo. So this is going to be really you dropping those viewers and readers into your world. Another thing I think that's pretty cool, and this goes into how I decided to decorate and design my website. There is definitely an element of world building when you are using a website. I'll get more into that in a later section on why having a website is so important. But that's definitely something that I really wanted to keep in mind. Of course, I took a little inspiration from WEBTOON because I noticed on their homepage with the carousel, whenever a new series pops up on the front page, it's got a button that says like start reading. So I'm like, you know what? They've got web design. I'm gonna take inspiration from their web design and use it for mine. So yeah, I have a start from the beginning, and then I have a little cool little round buttons that gives a description of what the genres included in my story are. And then also I really wanted to use this as like a link tree. One, because Linktree is something that a lot of people will link in their bio on social media. So I was thinking, well, why not utilize my website homepage as a link tree? Because I really wanted to start out simple at the beginning. That way I have like a clean slate to start from, and then when I want to make future changes and adaptations of my website, I already have my baseline there. So yeah, I have direct buttons to Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon, and then I also have link buttons to where to read my story on other platforms. So Namikami, Webtoon Canvas, Global Comics, I have buttons that allow people to tap on those and go on to there if maybe, for example, they're already following and reading on those websites. And then even if they decide, you know, to follow me and subscribe on those platforms, they can. Because of course it's a website, so you don't really have a subscription button on there. So if you so decide to follow me and subscribe, that of course is an additional way to support. And then at the bottom, I have just the standard area of catching up on episodes, and they are episodes chronological order from latest to earliest. Earliest, of course, being, you know, towards the end. This is kind of more designated as, oh, I'm just catching up on the newest episode of Space Ultima. So then I included, so from that basic homepage is like a branching off of 3 other sections. And once again, those sections are fairly simple. I have the read the comic. So one thing I like to do, and I see this on other websites, is giving your users a way of kind of like doing a cyclical way of getting around. So I gave basically 3 ways for you to get to reading my comic. There's the start from the beginning, there's the catch up on episodes at the bottom, and then there's a tab that is read the episode, which once again is going to be my episodes. Let's see, I don't think, see, and I just, okay, well, you know, I just discovered something on the website that needs to be fixed, and that's okay. So the read the comic section is going to be how you can click right into it and maybe even go through the archive of all the episodes and be able to click on a specific one. It's not common and very rare that anybody's going to need to do that, but you know, it is what it is. Then I have the tab for characters, and this I made just as a nice, you know, brief overview and explanation of who these characters are, just briefly giving you kind of like an idea of who the cast is that we will be diving into and seeing. And then the last section I have, the last tab is the about section. So it's kind of like about the author, about me, the creator of Space Ultima, about the series, and then some Q&As that I've gotten throughout, kind of written out there so that way people can kind of get an idea of, you know, the behind the scenes look at my story. And then I have an area that is the check out more, which links to just kind of a few videos that I've done for my channel. That way it kind of gives people an idea of this like grander ecosystem that I have going on. And then follow me online, which is going to be links to my Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon once again. So I just try to have like almost seeing it as if somebody is just dropping into one section of my website and being able to connect them from that one position to multiple areas throughout. So that is kind of like I said, it's a very simple layout, very simple rundown. I think what that does, it gives kind of like this established space within this entire internet of where to find me, just in case I'm not on TikTok anymore, or I'm not on Instagram or whatnot. You're probably going to find me at my website. And I do want to eventually add more content to it. Things like, you know, blogs, things like that. Especially because right now I'm in a weird way with Patreon. I think that understanding like what content is paid content or what content to expect people to pay to see, I'm still kind of like trying to massage that. So right now I think if I do decide to add blog posts to my website, that just makes my website even more of a space to, you know, for people to visit. So like I said, I do plan to infuse a little bit more content on my website. Maybe that content can be things that are from YouTube, from Patreon and whatnot. Maybe those are things that can be infused as a blog at a later date. I also really hope to include a shop on here. So there are a lot of plugins that allow you to include a website store, because believe me, I feel like Space Ultima merch is very much lacking. Right now, you know, most of the ways to get access to prints and stickers and things have been on a local level, but I do hope that my ability to like expand that to you know, my website, so that way more national and international fans would be able to, you know, acquire some merch. I think that's something that is around the corner for sure. But yeah, like more content, maybe some behind the scenes things. I'm always thinking of ideas and ambition. I feel like there's so many possibilities, and I think that's the cool thing about WordPress or about any type of highly customizable website space, is that the abilities and possibilities are endless. And that kind of comes to why I wanted to make a website in general. Now, of course, I feel like in a previous video I've talked about this, but just to echo that, I think with a website you have so much control over how it looks, what appears on your website. I feel like I want my website to be that world building, that customizable look, almost kind of like a portal into the world of Space Ultima. You know, you can only get so far with Instagram, Patreon, you know, all these types of things. Like, for example, it's no surprise that as time has gone on, websites have had all kind of this same, you know, kind of blocky, gray, cookie cutter look. You know, if you have a Facebook page or if you have an Instagram, no longer can you control the way the UI looks. You know, you have these beautiful, lush, colorful images, but they are framed within this kind of like gray box. You can't really customize the look of the website. You can only customize your feed. So I think that with Space Ultima, with it being a webcomic specifically, I think that a website is a great space for me to really be able to bring people into the world of Space Ultima, to kind of like create this like world building aspect of my website, of my story. As a comic creator, it really does benefit you to have a hub for your creation and to also have some type of world building element to that. So not only are people going onto the website to just read your comic, they're going on that website to experience your story in like another way. So that's definitely the idea of what I want from my website. It'll, you know, slowly grow over time, but I think for what it is right now, I think it's a really good space to send new readers to. That way they can kind of get that experience of what the world that I'm trying to create is. Now, of course, that's not to say I'm taking my stuff off of, you know, WEBTOON. I'm not taking my stuff off of, you know, Instagram right now. Like, that's not to say I'm not removing it from there, but I would say that this is a more enhanced version of experiencing my story online. I understand that the internet is a crazy place, and there are things that we see on a daily that we don't want to see, things that are gratuitous, and things that are just, you just want to wash your eyes out. Like, don't get me wrong. But I think at the same time, understanding that there is a spectrum where censorship is absolutely needed, but then in some cases when you, a human being, face-to-face or conversation, it's just like, okay, but you understand that there's nothing happening in the scene. I understand that maybe the computer or the AI flagged this image, but now that I, a human being, am talking to another human being, you should understand that there's nothing wrong with this. But lo and behold, it got censored, despite, in my opinion, a variety of adult-centric themes throughout multiple original comics. And mine, that includes body parts, but nothing of sexual nature is getting flagged. I did have to censor that image because, of course, at the time I was trying to enter the contest. And of course, I couldn't enter a contest with a flagged image in my comic. That was very disappointing. And personally speaking, that's not even like the end of the world. But on the same note, say for example, it was a different scene and that scene was essential to the plot. I mean, heck, even this scene was essential to the plot. It was her receiving from the space gem her powers and the overwhelming burst of energy and power that she's receiving in that moment. Like, that's big. So yeah, like, it was very important to the plot, but then I had to take it out. And so obviously, if I decide to move forward and I have, you know, scenes that are important to the plot, I don't want to sacrifice my original creative vision just for a terms and conditions. So anyway, that is, you know, definitely something that is important to me, is preserving, you know, my creative vision, preserving the original artistic intention of the story that I'm trying to tell. So yeah, I think that if that is something that matters to you, you know, making it where your story isn't just kind of in this cookie cutter template and is actually able to live and thrive in this kind of like really cool designed space, then I definitely recommend having a website for all of that. That is going to be all from me today. My website is currently live, so I'm not going to ask you necessarily to go follow me on Instagram or follow me in other such places. I am asking you at this very moment, now that the video is over, to visit artsumeshae.com. The URL is going to be here on the screen. Visit it, take a look at it, and hey, if you haven't read Space Ultima or you are wanting to catch up on episodes, then this is the perfect place to do that. Something that I did not mention is this is also a great way to gather metrics and gather, you know, traffic on your website. So when you go into the kind of like homepage hub, the website actually shows you a daily tracker of views. It shows you what your most popular hour is, and you also get to see and understand traffic across the world. So you can see, you know, where people are viewing your website from, and, you know, use that data to kind of help you out more. Right now, it says that my most popular day is Sunday, and that my most popular hour is 11 p.m. So I have a feeling maybe people are, you know, comfy in bed and kind of like swiping through and reading episodes while they're cozy in bed. So yeah, that could be very much a possibility. But yeah, check out artsumeshae.com. The reason I named it that was also because I want this website to, you know, be a thing for other projects that I may do in the future. So it's all just currently going to exist there. But right now, really the focus is Space Ultima. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Do like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already and you want to see more of my journey, whether it's with my art, my comic, my website, or just other fun things like that. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.